Hello, my lovelies. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're all okay. Hope everyone is well. It is freezing here. I don't know about you guys, but it is freezy cold. And rainy and horrible and just downright nasty. I was just talking to my mum on the phone. She rang very quickly and she said she's had snow in Cheltenham, not only like a little bit, but a flurry. So we have finished doing a lot of packing of orders. They've all been picked up and they've gone. We've packed the van up, so that's all ready to go. I'm feeling a little sorry for myself because I fell out of the van. Literally fell out of the van. It's got like a wooden floor on it, and actually hurts to do that. It's got a wooden floor on it, and it's so wet and rainy. As I stood up to put a table, one of our big white tables, into it, and as I went to stand down to get the next one, I just slipped and I literally fell out of the van. And I ripped my favourite jeans. I got poorly knees. I got baddies on my knees. I proper scraped my knees and I ripped my jeans, and I'm not happy. I hope I didn't hurt myself. I've got poor knees, Liz. I've got proper scuffed knees. Yeah. So I'm feeling sorry for myself. I've got a boo boo. Stupid mare. It's just really slippy. Of course, the doors were open, so there's nothing to sort of like stop me falling out. Like straight onto the floor. An idiot, an absolute idiot, but never mind. Let's say hello to some people. Hi Louise, hi Jenny, hi Jean, hi Catherine. Oh, thanks guys. I've not done any major damage. I've just got grazed knees like a toddler now. Hi Jean. Oh, lots of you coming online. I can't. Hi Claire, Carol. You had to sleep there. Yeah, it's horrible here. Hi, Liz. Hi, Patty. Hello, darling. Hi, Marion. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Annie. It's Catherine, Maxine. Oh, lots and lots of you coming online. Hi, Adrienne. Hello, my lovely. Hi, Lynn. You were watching the curling. Oh, was it getting exciting? I have been watching a bit of the Winter Olympics, actually. I got very into the snowboarding cross stuff. That was really cool. I definitely want my niece to the shows. Yeah. Stupid mare that I am. You just feel daft when you fall over, don't you? You feel like a right idiot. So, but luckily no major damage. I just got grazed knees. Hi Vicky, hi Jeanette. Lots and lots of you coming online. Yeah, we are off to set up tomorrow for the Built Welsh show, the Welsh Quilting and Sewing show. It's at Built Welsh Showground. Please, if you are local or if you're within an hour and a half, 2 hours drive, please support it, because it's the first time they've done one in Wales for about 15 years. And if you guys don't come and support, they won't do it again. So please do come along. Hi, Grace. You're coming on Saturday. Lovely. We'll see you then. Thanks there. Yeah, I was a twit. Yeah, right. Okay. Was that you fell down the drain last summer, yelped, and the hubby thought you were joking? Oh, bless you. I know you feel a right daft idiot, don't you? The curling stone juice in the Olympics are from Ailsa Craig, which can be seen from Govan. Oh, fabulous. Eileen's coming by train. Amazing. Hi, Jackie. You're watching the curling as well. And Liz, Penny, and you're coming on Friday. Oh, fabulous. Lots and lots of you are saying you're coming. That's great. So before we start the little project tonight, I promised the challenge post. I meant to do it yesterday, but Sarah did block the week for me instead, because I was sewing street on Monday. I wasn't going to have time, so I didn't do it. So I'm going to do the challenge post first, and then we're going to get on with the project. So over here, my lovelies, I've got my little bag we made a couple of weeks ago. It's perfect for challenge posts. There was 124 of you. I had to put 124 names in here. You're all in here, okay? So all your names are all on bits of paper. Oh, God, get back in. All on bits of paper back in there, okay? So I'm going to draw the challenge post. It was show me your bags. Now, I know Sarah talked about a challenge post yesterday. That one is going to be going up tonight or tomorrow morning. So there will be another challenge post straight away. So I'm just giving these a good tumble. I promised I'd give the little bag away, and I'm going to put some goodies in there. I'll dig out like a little charm pack and maybe a kit or something and put in there for the winner. Okay, so I just got to pick it up from the shop because we were busy with the van and everything and packing. So in fact, actually, there were so many of you. I'm going to pick 2 winners. First winner will get this, and I'll put some goodies inside. And the second winner, I'll find you a nice charm pack. Okay. So hi, Fran. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Marlene. Hi, Leslie. Yeah, loads of you. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Right. Okay. So the winner of the little bag, and well, I'm gonna put a few goodies in there for you. Okay. Right. Let me find one. I'm going to try and go to the bottom here. There we go. Right. So the first winner is Audrey Penny. Audrey, the little bag's coming to you, and I will put some lovely little treats in there as well for you. And then I will draw a second one because there were so many of you. And let me just give that another good shake up, and we'll go down that side this time, go towards the top. And then the second place winner is Rebecca Elsmore. Okay, can you see? Hopefully you can see that, Rebecca Elsmore. So I will. It won't be because we're at the show now until Saturday. I will dig out some lovely presents for you. Well, that's a lie. I dug out the presents already for you. They're in a pile on the desk, which I've got to pick up to bring over with me. That's good for me. So well done, you two. Thank you so much again for joining in the little challenge post. I do love to see all the bits and pieces you've done. I don't know if Sarah's scheduled one for tonight or whether it's going on tomorrow, but there will be another challenge post where she wanted you to show you all of her any 9 patches you've done. Okay, so I'm going to put those 2 names in the bag so I don't lose them. So they're going back in the bag. So congratulations to Audrey and Rebecca. Okay, I'm going to do those 2 for you. So I always like a challenge post because we get to see lots of things. Right. Okay. This came up 5 seconds before announced. Oh, what came up 5 seconds before announced? Oh, there you go. Sarah's you want my top? Where is it from? It's very rude. It's very rude. Okay. So it's a crow on a tree. And he's saying that. I realised I had it on just before I came on. It's very naughty. It's very rude. But it makes me giggle every time I put it on. I love it. I bought it from Shein. Don't tell Sian. She hates it when I buy from there. But I couldn't find it anywhere else. So I bought it from the Chinese shop place. It's about £4. Love it. And it's really warm because it's long sleeves. But yeah, don't read it. It's very rude. You want it? Yeah, go on Shein, love. You might be on a bit of a delay. Oh, you might be, yeah, Fran, but it should catch up, hopefully. Right, what are we going to do tonight? So this was requested. We have done this before. And it's the Sudoku quilt, okay? But we've had loads and loads of requests because I think we did it and it never went on YouTube, so it all got deleted. So I'm going to actually just come over here and I'm going to hold it up. I'm going to hold it up so you can't see my T-shirt, okay, like that. So it's 9 blocks, okay? This can be done with any size square, okay? So I've chosen to do this as 2.5s because I was just using up small scraps, but these could be 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. You could even do like 6.5, 7.5 inch squares. Okay, if you wanted to use lots of different fabrics to make a big quilt. This was 2.5, so perfect for if you've got leftover jelly roll strips. And the whole idea behind this, okay, it says you could cover your favorite dreams with patchwork. I could put little patchwork thing over my knees, couldn't I? Right. So if you have a little look, hopefully you can see. So if I look at this fabric here, you can see it's never in the same line, just like a Sudoku, or in the same column. Okay. So the idea is that you use a completed Sudoku. I don't know how you say it. You use a completed one, okay, to actually work out your placements. Now, if you're a Sudoku fan, you can do a Sudoku and then you can use that one. If you're rubbish at them like me, you can just Google completed Sudokus and they come up, images of ready done ones. So what you will need is, like I said, any size squares, but you will need 9 fabrics. So I've cut these ready. Okay. I cut these out of a scrap pack. Okay. So I've got 9 different fabrics. You know, the Ruby Star scrap packs, people buy them because they love them and they never know what to do with them. This is what you could do with them. So I picked out 9 fabrics from the scrap pack, but you could go through your scraps. You could use jelly rolls. You could do all sorts of things. Okay. And you're going to cut the same size square. So for me, that's 2.5. You want 9 of them. Okay. Now this quilt is very, very easy to do, very quick, relatively quick to do, not very quick, but relatively quick to do. It's all about being organized. Okay. So you're going to label up these squares so that you know which one is which. If you've got, you know, the flower head, flathead pins like that. Hang on, let me go up close. You know, the little flathead pins or the magic pin flathead ones. The easy, because you can buy numbered pins, which are stupid expensive. However, you can just write on these, okay? Because they're flathead, just write a number 1, okay? And then on the next one, a number 2 and a number 3, number 4. You want 9 pins, basically, or use little stickers or anything. And then label up your fabrics so you know that this top one, oh, hang on. This one is number 1, that's number 2. Or just keep them in a line, which is what I did when I was doing it. Keep them in a line on your desk. Hang on, like this. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hang on, I've got to get them all in. 7, 8, and 9. It does not matter what order they go in because we're going to follow this. So it's all, they're always going to be in a different order anyway. Right, sorry, 2 seconds. Quick question from Fran. Border and sash technique, can you use with large parallelograms and then scraps stitched together? I don't see why not. Yeah, I don't see why not. Lovely. Stitched together, made in about 2 meters usable fabric. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I mean, quilting and patchwork is, you know, you can use anything. You know, it would have been done from scraps of fabric and, you know, any old random bits of clothing and all. So I don't see why you couldn't do that. You want and do that as you like your borders or something. Yeah, go for it. Why not? Why not? Lynn, what was the name of the show this weekend, please? It's the Welsh Quilting and Sewing Show. It's at Bilthwell's Showground. Bilth is Builth, Bilthwells. If you go onto the Grosvenor Show's website, all the details will be on there. Okay. But yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it, actually. It'd be nice. There we go. You could add the numbers on afterwards with a plique. Oh, you could absolutely do that. So, but we're going to use it as a way to randomize our fabrics and know that nothing is ever going to touch and nothing's ever going to be in line with anything else. So first thing you want to do is, I'm going to grab a pencil, is obviously either do your Sudoku yourself or go to Google and just put in, you know, completed Sudokus, and loads come up. You can see, obviously, this is a completed one. And this block here, this set of 9 ones here, top left, okay, is going to be our first 9 patch, okay? And then that's going to be our second, and then that's our third, and then we're going to work down like this, okay? I'm not going to do all of them tonight. We'll be here for hours. But we are going to do the first 2, okay? So this is about being organised. That's all it is, and keeping things in order as you're sewing. So all we're going to concentrate on to start with is this first one here. So I'm going to start with a number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I'm going to lay out my first 9 patch. There we go. Do it like this. Okay, my next one is a 3. So that's my number 3. And then a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be my top row. So as long as you've got 9 fabrics and you've got 9 squares of each fabric, doesn't matter what size they are. My second row is a 6. So that's that one there. And then an 8, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's the little bunnies. And then a 2. And that's that pink floral like that. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to get it all in for you. It's not haven't got much space. There we go. And then my last line is a number 1. Okay. And if you're using pins or little stickers or anything, obviously just keep that, don't use that one, use the one underneath so you can keep it on top to label it, keep it labeled. So number 1 is going to go here, and then number 9 is going to go here, and then number 7, which is that one, is going to go there. Okay, like that. So we're going to make that, if I just come back to the main overhead, we're going to make that little 9 patch, but I'm going to show you how to do it completely chain pieced. We're not going to clip any threads at all while we do it, all right? Because that way it keeps them in the order that is on here, all right? So I'm going to take this over to the machine. We're going to start by doing these 2 together. So we're going to put the middle row over to the left, like that. Okay, I'm going to take this to the machine, and we're going to obviously use a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So we're going to chain piece these together. So I'm going to keep this as a 1, 2, 3. Okay, and over we go. It's a bit of a day out, nearly 3 hours travel each way. Sorry, you miss the one you're at Newton. Newton Abbot isn't happening anymore, I'm afraid, lovely. Yeah, it's they've stopped doing that one now. Right, so this was the top 2. So down we go on this one. So just do your 1/4. Oh, maybe don't go too fast. 1/4 inch, and then this was the second row. So leave a little tiny gap, just like normal when you're chain piecing. Okay, and then we're going to grab the bottom ones like that. Okay, cut your thread there, but don't clip them apart. Okay, going to leave them like this. So I'm just going to come back over to the overhead for you. Okay. Oh, come on. There we go. I'll just move those out. And then, sorry, I'm going to move all this up. Move all that up so I can get this in for you. There you go. Okay. So that was obviously my top row. There's my next ones to go on there. Okay. So I'm going to I'm just going to finger press these now. So I'm going to finger press one to the left, to the right. And this one, again, keep them together. And once you've done one of these, it's a lot quicker. I'm doing this very slowly, okay? That one's going that way. And this one then to the middle, okay? Just finger press those. And once I've finger pressed them, you can then just pop your iron on them like that, okay? Keeping them clipped. Then we're going to go back to the machine and we're going to add these ones on. So there, there, and there. And again, I'm leaving them clipped together so it keeps them in place. We're going to stitch down there. Okay. I go over to the machine. See, I've done that under the screen, but normally I'd place them as I'm stitching them because otherwise it's likely to fall. Okay. So here we go. Stitch down that one. Let's move that one over. There you go. And then there's my second one. Like that. Doing it this way as well. Now I'm hang on, I've gone wrong. No, I haven't, that's right. That's right. Thought I'd gone wrong then, but no, that's right. And then that one's going on there like that. Okay. Here we go. Again, don't clip them apart. Hi Mary, how are you, lovely? Right, back over we go. Over to here. Okay, and then again, I'm going to just press that one in. So that way. Just finger press it, that one out. I mean, you can do them out, in, out. It doesn't matter as long as you're doing them opposite ways. Okay, and go in that way. Oh, come on. Here we go. And then just press that one. It's just this. I mean, it's just 9 patches, but it is. It's about keeping everything in order. That's the only difficult bit of this quilt. Okay. Then we're going to put this right sides together. So again, we've kept them clipped so they all stay right, and then we're just going to nest those up like that. Okay. Where's that long thread come from? Where's my scissors gone? No, that's the scissors. Oh. Massive, great big ones. They're paper ones, but never mind. Now we're going to stitch down there. Okay, so you can see I've still got that bottom row attached. There we go, like that. And we're going to stitch down 1/4 inch on that top and bottom row. And I can kind of making sure you're nesting, so just feel with your finger. It's all nice and tucked together, like that. And turn the whole thing, flip this one open, so I can now put this one in, okay? And you know it's going to be right because they're all clipped together, so they can't move. You can't do the wrong bit, which is very easy to do. And you wouldn't want to put the whole thing together and then it not be that Sudoku, nothing in the same row or column. Just make sure that's not walked at all. There we go. And it feels a little bit odd not cutting the threads to start with, but once you've done 2 or 3, it works really, really well. Sandra, what's that? You're making Easter egg items for your school fair. Easter bunny, hot cross buns, baskets and eggs. Oh, cute, cute, cute. Oh, I'd like some pictures, please. There we go. So now I can just press that one like that. Press it out with my fingers and then give it a little iron. And the same on this one. And again, as long as I would do them in opposite directions. It's a way of doing a very scrappy quilt, but with a little bit of organization. So if you really can't cope with scrappy, if you really find scrappy boggles your brain and you like things to have a little bit of order, you could just explain it away as a duff puzzle. You could just say it's a duff puzzle. If you want something that looks scrappy but has an order, if you're the type of person that likes that, then this is a nice way to do it because you get a scrappy look, but there's still a semblance of order to it. Okay, so that's my first block done. That should now measure 6.5 by 6.5. Things might have gone a little bit awry, so just go ahead and make sure that you've got your 6.5 by 6.5, which, oh, I really don't have anything to, here we go, tiniest little bit there. And I think it's going to be just a teeny tiny little bit there, which is, oh, don't know if you moved that and it shouldn't have. Yeah, there we go, tiny little bit there. There we go, there's my 6.5 inch block. Obviously 6.5 because I use 2.5 inch squares. If you use 5 inch squares or whatever, which obviously would make a really lovely size quilt, yours is going to be bigger. Yours will be 5 it'll be 15 by 15 inch block, 15.5 by 15.5. Okay, but you could use any size, whatever size scraps you've got there, as long as you can get 9 of the same fabric, you're fine. Right, okay, now what I would do, because it's very easy to get muddled, is cross out that one. And now I'm going to look at this one here. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight that one and we're going to do this block and you're going to work through that again. So first one is a number 2 and the number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's that one. And then a number 9. And then a 5, which is that one. And a 7, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And then a 1. This is why it's easy to keep the labels on the top rather than having to keep counting them. But I didn't label these. And then an 8, which is the bunnies. And then a 3, 1, 2, 3, which is the black one. And then a 4, 1, 2, 3. And that's that one. Okay. And then you would repeat the process. Okay. So I'm going to do this one in real time without coming backwards and forwards. Okay. And show you how quick this is. So right sides together with those first 3 like that. And we're going to take those to the machine. And then I'm going to take these with me. Oh, no. No. Number 1. That 1, 2, 3. There we go. See, I nearly did it. Nearly muddled them up. Okay, right. What do you think of the name I've given you regarding what ifs? I don't know, lovely. I haven't seen a name. What? Jen, I'm not sure what you're talking about, lovely. I might have missed a comment. If your comment's there, I'll go back and have a look later. There we go. So down that one. And I'm going to do all in real time so you can see how quick this block comes together. Ooh, except I'm now dropping that one. There we go. There we go. I'm not sure what you mean about the name regarding what ifs. Really sorry. No, not sure what you mean by that, lovely. I'll look back on the comments later. There we go. So I'm not even, when I'm making these as well, I don't even bother to iron them at this point. I iron it all at the end. I iron it in a moment. So we're going to open that one out, put number 1 on. And I wouldn't overly worry either about directional fabrics because it really doesn't matter. Okay, and then that one. It's going to have that one on it. There we go. And there's that one there. Okay, so you can see this is what? 10 minutes? It's going to take you longer to choose your fabrics and cut your 9 squares than it will to actually stitch them. Right, there we go. 2 seconds. Won't be a second. I'm not going to change cameras because I'm just going to very quickly iron these out that way. And there we go. There we go. That one. That's the middle one. And I know you can't see this, but I'm just ironing them out on the rather than change cameras again. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to do that one there. So I've ironed them in opposite directions so that I can just get that one in. Down that side. I wouldn't like make all of my, I would actually lay out a block and then stitch it and then lay out another block and then stitch it. I wouldn't lay them all out, not unless you've got a lot of space where you could have them all laid out. I wouldn't lay them all out and then stitch them. I think it would be very easy for, somebody to sneeze or the wind to blow or anything, or you just knock the table and all your patches go everywhere. So I would lie out them in the right order and sew, and then lie out and sew rather than, I mean, you could probably do like 2 at a time, maybe. There we go. If we're on Facebook, we don't get YouTube comments. Yeah, so Carol, I can see all of your comments. I can see through the software. I can see YouTube and Facebook comments. But if you're on YouTube, you can't see Facebook comments and vice versa, I'm afraid. And if you're on Secret Sewing Club Facebook, you can't see what people are saying on White Gecko Facebook. So I can see all the comments, but that's only because I've got the streaming software. There we go. So that's the second block done. What was that? Like 4 minutes, if that? Where's my ruler gone now? There it is. Okay. And again, just double check that is 6.5 by 6.5. However, I do miss some comments, I'm afraid, because they go too fast. So I do try and go back and read them if I get time after the fact. Oh, do you know what? I don't think I need tiny little bit just there. That's all I need to trim off that one. I'm impressed with that. There we go. So something I didn't say to you guys is when you finish your block, mark the top corner. Okay, mark the top corner. So number 4 was 1, 2, 3, 4. So this was the top left corner of the first block. Put a pin in it, which I forgot to tell you guys, so that you know that that's the top left corner. All right, because I dabbed that down and I didn't know which way around it was. So mark the top left one. So this one, number 2, was the top left. Number 2, so that was that one. So again, I'm going to put a pin in the top left so that when you've got them hanging around, okay, keep them in order. So that's 1, and then that's 2. I put then 3 on the top, and I know that that's always the top left. All right. So super fast to make up, okay, and you just keep going. Oh, see, that's the other reason you don't put them all out, lay them all out, because you've only got to flap something and off it goes. But when you put them all together, hang on, let me just come back over here a second. You can see this postage stamp one. That's probably the easiest one to see. It's in its own row that way, but it's also in its own column as well. So I really like this as a technique. It's I think it's a nice way to make a scrappy block, but with a bit of order. If you're good at Sudoku, it's an excuse to do one. I'm not good with numbers. Quilt math, fine with. Other types of numbers, not so much. But you can get the complete, just get a completed one, or get a friend to do one for you, and then make them a quilt based on their Sudoku. But that, if you were doing 2.5-inch squares, that now comes out. These are 6.5, and I've put a 1.5-inch sash in there. Okay, it's just you could again vary this whatever size you want, and that then comes out at. But I put a 1.5. That comes out at 20 and 20.5-inch block. So it's a big old block. So 4 of those. And you could do, I could do another block, another set of 9 in these fabrics. I don't think they have to be all the same. They could be, like 4 different big blocks. However, if you did 5-inch blocks, for example, this would end up as 15.5, which would be what? Then put some, you don't have to put sashing in. You could just put them together. I quite like the sashing in it though. But say 15.5, and I would maybe do a 2.5-inch sash in, 15.5. So it's 30, 45, 46, 47, 40. So about 49, 50-inch by 50-inch, which is a really nice size lap quilt or play quilt, something to go down on the floor for the kids to play on and stuff. Maybe label blocks. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely do that. Just a little sticker, or have more pins with like 1 in the top left, 2 top left, so you know which way round they go. Because there'd be no in my luck, I'd put that one in correctly, and then that one I would turn so that like they then are in the same line instead of putting them all top left as you put them in. Okay. They're a great way for using up scrap packs as well. Okay, so I've still got all of this left over from a scrap pack that I've already made a project with anyway. And then I just pulled out 9 of them to make the blocks. I will finish making these up because I really like this. It's very mindful sewing, and it's a brilliant way of using up your scraps. The pink in this one, the hot pink, I literally had a piece of fabric that was it was wonky, about that big. It was less than a fat eighth, but I managed to get 9 2.5-inch squares out of it. So I was using up quite small pieces of fabric, and you end up with something really, really cool. That could be a large cushion. I could quilt that and do like a big deep Oxford edge where this bit here, if I used that line, so you had this as the Oxford edge and this bit puffy, that would be a really cool cushion at that size. 2.5 inches is obviously brilliant for jelly rolls. You can't use things like a charm pack or a mini charm because you've got to have 9 of the same fabric. Jelly rolls are fine if you're going to do 2.5-inch squares because you've got the length and you can chop those down. Layer cakes you could, because you could cut down for... you get 16, don't you? If you layer cake down to 2.5, you could do that. What's that, Sarah Jane? How did the fundraiser go? Oh, it went brilliantly, thank you. Really, really well. The whole day we were live for the 12 hours, and we raised I think with 30 quid off £2,500. So yeah, incredible. Everybody was very generous. So that's it. That's it for tonight. Have a go at a Sudoku quilt. If you've got fat quarters there, you could easily cut. What's the word? Oh my goodness, what's the word? My brain's gone. If you cut up a fat quarter, you could get, I think I worked out 3.5-inch squares. You could get 9 3.5-inch squares easily and then still have a bit left over. Yeah, thank you, lovely. Sorry. On Giggers, you put what I've called you as the British Jenny and Natalie Dowan. Okay. Sorry, Jen. I'm not sure what you mean by that, lovely. Jenny Dowan's the Missouri Star Quilt Company lady, isn't she? Is she? Is that her name? I think it is her name. Yes, Jenny Dowan. She's off being a missionary at the moment. No good for me, love. I'm an atheist. Is Natalie her daughter? I don't know who Natalie is. I'm really sorry. I don't watch a lot of other things. I just don't have time. I know Jenny Dowan is Missouri Star. Is Natalie her daughter? Or sister? Because Sarah and I basically sisters. There's only a couple of years between us. Anyway, that is very kind of you to put us in the same, what's the word? Same category as Missouri Star Quilt Company. I wish we were as successful and rich as that. Why not? Your gorgeous husband was a serious killer Sudoku, etc. lover. Oh, do you want to try that one? Absolutely, go for it, Catherine. Those Natalie's her daughter. Ah, right, okay, fair enough. There you go. Annie knows. I didn't know who Natalie was. Sorry, lovely. But killer Sudokus. Oh, I can't. I can barely do a normal Sudoku. The lady's curling 6-1 to Japan. Oh, come on, get on with it. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna go make some tea. Hopefully, we'll see some of you at Bilthwells this weekend. There's obviously no live tomorrow at 1 o'clock because obviously we're traveling and doing setup and everything, and then we should be back to normal next week. Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. So we'll see you then. I will see some of you at the weekend. We will do some live walkarounds as long as the signal's okay. So I'll see you. Oh, it's 6-1 to Great Britain. Oh, I'm going to go and check it out. Quite like the curling. I'm quite good at that. I can reckon the sweeping. I'm all right with sweeping. Cool. Right. Take care, my lovelies. And I'll see you real soon. Bye.